Welcome to the marvelous tale of Mrs. Anna Ewiaye Ode, the beauty queen with a heart as big as Nigeria. Born on December the 4th, 1943 in Edo State, Anna was the youngest of 5, a delightful caboose to the Eboweme family train. Her parents, Jacob and Elizabeth Eboweme, of the Ohonmora clan in Owan West of Edo State, Nigeria, must have known she was destined for greatness. Anna's dad was a tailor for the British colonial army. Imagine that, stitching uniforms under Major General Macpherson's watchful eye. In 1952, the family moved back to Ora, their hometown, in the then western region of Nigeria, and young Anna's adventures began. She followed her elder brother to Enugu and then Sapele, where she lived with reverend sisters and kicked off her catechism, holy lessons and heavenly habits.
I didn't live with my parents. I lived with my senior brothers and sisters, and it was the life of having to serve, you know, as I was growing up and all that. So I had to knock myself into managing whatever came my way. It molded my life, so it gave me a lot of room to have to interact with too many people. I mean, you have to be friendly, you have to be obedient if you came across the elderly ones. You have to be friendly with your peers. You have to learn to be humble if you met people who could beat you up.
Next stop, Benin City, then Warri. Anna was baptized Anastasia, but soon everyone called her Anna. She took her first Holy Communion in Sapele and confirmation in Warri, always under the gentle guidance of Reverend Sisters.
I started off as a Catholic. I went to Catholic schools right from inception. And, you know, Catholic, there's a lot of discipline and order. Just have to imbibe with the teachings of the Catholic Church. And so it helped to build me up too, because there are quite a number of things that I learned from interacting. I remember in those days when my brother went on leave, he would leave me with Reverend Sisters. And I learned cleanliness from them. I learned how to tend flowers from them. And I learned to, you know, how to speak politely with people from them.
Her mother's unwavering influence ensured that Anna remains steadfast in her Catholic faith, insisting on regular church attendance.
My mom I loved so much. It's not because I'm the last. My mom was a very, very, how will I describe her? She was ever so gentle. She spoke in whispers. She never shouted at anybody. All of our children. We were 3 boys and 2 girls. My senior sister and myself. And I never heard my mother shout at anybody. She was really a mother in Israel. Oh, I still miss her. She put me in Catholic church, in Catholic school, before my brothers took over, and because I went to Catholic schools, they stayed on that lane. She was a good Christian herself, very good Catholic. That they made her the mother of the church, and for a long time before she died, she was the mother of the church in my hometown.
In July 1965, Anna's life took a glamorous turn. Anna clinched the title of Miss Midwestern Nigeria, then dazzled her way to become Miss Nigeria the same year.
I know there's a very beautiful woman. The Anne you know today is not the same one we knew when I was in the secondary school. I was maybe year 1, year 2. All the students in the higher classes 4 and 5, will be peeping through the window and jumping onto themselves to have a good look of this pretty woman. I will sit down and be enjoying the drama. I dare not laugh because that will immediately attract serious knocking on the head.
Just only 5 years after we left school, I used to be so proud that my classmate, I'm still very proud of it, that my classmate was adjudged most beautiful woman in the entire country, Nigeria. From this, our little town, we produce Miss Nigeria.
Miss Nigeria has impacted her in many ways, giving her the opportunity to travel all over the world and giving her the opportunity to tell her children as well about the life outside of Nigeria.
I was aware from a very early age that my mother was in Miss Nigeria, but she ensured that none of her children used that as an excuse to coast through life and be lazy.
Every woman is beautiful. When I went for the Miss Nigeria competition in 1965, it was just by mistake. And I think I cried all through my journey from the house to the venue because the sister I was living with insisted I must go for the beauty pageant. I didn't want to go, but well, at the end of the day, I went and they crowned me Miss Midwest. To my shock, I was really, really surprised. And because I'd never been to Lagos before, I declined. I didn't want to come to the Miss Nigeria competition in Lagos. So what happened? I had a brother-in-law who was the commandant of Police College Ikeja, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Omitola. He came all the way from Lagos to Benin to escort me from Benin with policemen with guns to Lagos. I was so scared. I was so afraid. I didn't know how to run. I didn't know how to say no. But then I got to Lagos, and that was my first time ever of being to Lagos. So we were taken to the Angels Lodge where we stayed in Ogunlano Drive, and we were there for a couple of days. And they brought the likes of Auntie Julie Coker and a few other chaperons who came to talk to us about what to do, how to do them and all that. And the rest is history now. But if you ask me again, I'll tell you that was the key that God used to open my door. door of progress that I have made up till now.
With a crown on her head and stars in her eyes, she worked at the Town Planning Authority in Benin City. But why stop there? Off to Lagos she went, juggling jobs at the Nigerian Tobacco Company and Nigerian Defense Authority like a pro. From 1972 to 1983, she shone as a public relations officer for the Herwer Group of companies. Then in 1984, she decided it was time to be her own boss and started her own business.
Even at her age now, she's still thinking of business opportunities. She's still, like, oh, what can I do? This business came, and I find those things intriguing.
My mom is very industrial, so she was always into something. So there was always some activity, At some point, she ran a poultry. At some point, when I was a bit older, she ran a bar.
Was able to make a success of real estate business. She also had a hand in other forms of businesses. She's been involved in a bit of politics, and what is more,
Anna's life is a testament to resilience and compassion. Ewiaye, her middle name, means make hay while the sun shines, a motto she embodied through her life's work. Anna's roots run deep in her village, where she often returns to connect with her heritage and the land. Her childhood brings memories of the beauty of farming in the village.
Well, my hometown is a lovely place. I used to love going to fetch water in those days. We would go to fetch water, swim, and all that. And when we went to school, small as we were, we come back from school, put our bags down. We go to the farm to go and meet our parents. And when you get to your parents' farm, if another person is going to go further, then you start shouting, "Woo!" And the other person will shout back, so that you are communicating with each other until, if he doesn't hear you or you don't hear him again, you know that he has gotten to his destination, and you continue. And then as you keep shouting, your parents will now begin to re-echo, your shouting back, so that you know they are hearing you. It was fun. It was big fun, And I remember the day, as I was going, I saw 2 snakes. They came out, and I just passed out. And because my mother always knew that, I think she heard me. The last, signal that I gave, I think she heard me. And when she didn't hear me again, she knew there was a problem, and then she came and saw me lying down with my eyes closed. The snakes had gone. And she took me up and said, "Why are you lying down here?" I said, "Mommy, snake." I just held her neck, and she carried me all through. She didn't go back to tell my father what happened. She just took me back home. And that was my last day of being allowed to come to the farm all by myself.
Her tough childhood fueled her passion for helping the less fortunate.
So there is somebody of many parts, but you can just describe her as a very wonderful, dynamic, supportive mother who takes everybody's problem as their own and wants to see the world succeed. I've actually known her before I started working as the estate manager, and she's one of the kindest persons I've ever met, and ever since I started working here, she's always taken me as a child. My challenges are always her challenges, my issues are always her issues.
She adopts everybody as her own. Unless mommy did not hear anything about you, whether good or bad, she'll be there. She'll be there for you, whatever it is, whatever it takes. She always calls us her children.
She cares about people. That's the thing about her. You know, whether they are widows, whether they are people who have issues with health, whether they're children who are paying the school fees, she's always there to help. She has ears, listen to you, she will advise you, and then she will go out of her way to make funds available.
Mommy is somebody that, or be you Okada rider, be you anybody, everybody are children. She sees everybody as children.
I saw Mommy, the way she is, relates with people. I went close to her. And she saw me and she took me close too. Mommy, at times I would tell her, then we just moved here. Myself and my children, we have a lot of things to eat. Says that, so let us go to my place. So at times she give me food. At times she still come Christmas, come anytime. At times she just call me, Philo, my dear, come and take. I didn't even ask, she would call me, come and take. I'll come and take.
She cooked and distributed food to the poor, saying, "Whenever I see an underprivileged child, I always recall my own suffering."
My mother is a giver and gives at a heartbeat. And when it comes to food, her generosity is legendary. Even if you're not hungry, my mother will feed you.
My mom has always been a philanthropist all her life, helping the less privileged in the community since we were children.
I will cook, put them in takeaway packs, and take round to the megats, those that may not be able to have a good meal to eat for that day. I go around and give to them and all that. And the widows in my church. I have, from 1997 that we started this church, I've been in charge of widows in my church. And I have always been, let me just say, I've always been there for them. The dissidents, some people, they are not able to send their children to school and all that. Some, their problem is they are not able to pay rents. Maybe they are widows, maybe they have been sacked from their place of work and all that. Well, God helps us to help people, so we just try our best to make sure that you give a little comfort to somebody. My house is open to everybody. People come for every reason to, they have to want to come to my house, and whichever one I can solve immediately, I do. Those I can't solve, we get around it. Anyhow, we get around it. Always, and God being on our side, we always succeed.
Anna's roots run deep in her village, where she often returns to connect with her heritage and the land.
I must add her humanitarian, her benevolence, her caring. She cared for everyone that came across her. When they were in the cantonment, as if her late husband, other people used to go there knowing that they would be taken care of. She will feed everyone with happiness, with joy. I must also say, anyone in need, Anna will go and help. She solved those problems, smiling. I will never forget her kindness. Anna is a very kind person. She will come to Ohonmora. Everybody will go around her. She will help.
She's been responsible for many women in our community who are not able to make it with their children. But specifically, I must mention, we owe Owan West to her and some of her Ora women in Lagos for giving us a local government. That, for the community, is more than any other price that we can place on her. benevolence to the community.
Mommy, as she is fondly called by all, is strong-willed and heavy on discipline. Her intuition and knack for detailing makes it difficult for her to change her mind when she's convinced about something.
She's very determined, she's very strong-willed, she wants to do something, she will do it. You see that strength of she's very determined? If she wants to do something, she's going to do it, regardless of... So you know there's some things that you want to do that maybe you would say, oh, okay, let me think about this, or someone else says, oh, I don't think you should do this thing because of this and this and this. If she wants to do it, she's going to do it. If it falls apart eventually, she would experience the fall apart, but she will do that thing she wants to do. So sometimes, you know, she can be very stubborn with the things that she wants to do. So even if you're saying to her that, look, I don't think this thing, you know, you should do this thing now, she's going to do it. And then when the flack comes or when the consequences come, she'll not be like, oh, well, I didn't know that, yeah, this was what was going to be, but she'll do it.
She's not one to chicken out or abandon a project at first sight of challenges.
Because there have been a few things that have backfired. And she just own it and say, well, after all, Asha did it, and, you know, she moves on, you know. So I don't think there's any one thing I would say that backfired or didn't go the way she planned, that she sulked about it, right? But no matter who tells her, no matter what you say, right? When she decides that's the direction she's going, that's the direction she goes. You know, and there's nothing you can do to talk out of it.
One of her greatest thrills was meeting Pope John Paul II at the Vatican.
Yeah, and that was in 1983. My husband and I went for the Holy Pilgrimage. And that would be just 1 year after he visited Nigeria. You know, I got to know people for who they really are by that visit. We went to that pilgrimage with doctors, nurses, what have you. And by the time we got there and we were visiting all the places we were visiting and all that, I realized that there were so many sick people that came out to come and visit with the Pope. And it was an experience in my life. Because when we were about to go up to see the Pope, we were told we were not allowed to use the lifts, and we were going to climb like 16 floors to go up to where the Pope was. And there were so many sick people, and I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. I was holding the Nigerian flag. I gave it to somebody else, and I said, I gathered all the sick people in front of the lifts, and I said they should please go and tell the Pope that there are sick people here. If he finished with the people that are okay, he should either come down to come and see us, or he should allow them to allow us to come up. And, you know, immediately he heard it. Being who he is, wonderful, wonderful father, he made sure that I didn't know that there are, you know, the people that were talking to us were soldiers in the Vatican. He took us all up, and I started going from one floor to the other, looking for those that, you know, started, you know, the journey by leg, and I would pull them into the lift to take them up. After which, I got everybody that was sitting down to stand up. I took all their chairs, brought them, and kept the sick people on the chairs. It was a very, very interesting journey for me because it was so spontaneous. I just did it without even thinking. And they sat down, and I got the Pope to come and see them and bless them. He even gave presents to each and every one of them. Yeah, it was a very wonderful journey. I showed the Christianity in me in that journey, yes. without even knowing that I was doing that.
But Anna's greatest treasures are her children and grandchildren. Her children remember vividly some of the biggest impacts she's had in their lives.
The biggest impact she has had on my life is the fact that you must always learn to forgive and don't allow any bitterness to encroach your life and take over your heart. You must always learn to forgive and move on.
My first distinct memory was her constant reminder that education is key and that with education, your options are limitless. My mother was big on the topic. She was focused and took every single opportunity to remind me about the importance of having a degree. Because today, I reap the benefits of the mantra. And I have gone on to preach and instill the same mindset in my daughter, who is now useful to self and society. I am eternally grateful to Mom for that mindset.
She has always been a very fashionable person. She has always been. I remember back in the days, she used to have these Revlon products and Revlon, lipsticks and creams and stuff. So she's always been one to look after herself. And I mean, seeing that growing up, that was my learning model. It would have been strange if I had grown up and not know how to look after myself. She's always been health conscious, and things like that. But all those things left an impression. So now, in my own life, I am careful about the things I eat. Even as she is, she still exercises at her age. So, why would I exercise as well? So, all those things, there are things I've seen from the time. It's only natural that I also would have, grown up and be that kind of person. And, I've also imbibed those things. So yes, she's impacted me in that way. I'm glad that she's my mom. She's a puller of people. And I admire that about her. She has impacted a lot of people. That's one thing that I want to do. I want to follow. She's really, really touched a lot of people in really, really deep ways, and for that I'm grateful, to have a mother like that.
I think the one thing I took from her is, my dislike of waste. I don't like it, don't tolerate it, try to avoid it. Maybe a little bit of her generosity, but not anywhere close to how or the way she expresses it. For me, I think those are the two things. Most definitely not as sociable. She is as outgoing, But I do have a big family, and maybe one of the things, and maybe not that I took from her, but just the natural of being around your family. You still have a relationship with your family, and we're a large family on both sides. And she always impressed on us that, look, whatever it is you wanted to do, whatever distractions, finish school. Make sure you have gotten your education. When you are done with all of that, you can explore whatever distractions, you want to, or you want to get into or do, and all of that. So she was very big on education as well.
My values that I take away from her is that she really stands by her convictions, and that she is the master of her own ship. The obstacles that she has endured, she's taken them and forged on and made it positive for the entire family.
Part of my success in life, of where I am today, is because of that initial vision that she had to send me and Gladys abroad to be able to see that there is much more out there for you to pursue and to be successful.
Grandma Puki Puki, as her youngest granddaughter Emma fondly calls her, spreads her love, affection and motherly care to her grandchildren, all 6 of them.
Grandma always loved me, and now Grandma found me.
Okay, all right, so that's the hide and seek.
Grandma Punky Punky always give me a present.
She gives you presents. So what gifts do you give Grandma?
Hug and kisses.
Hugs and kisses. You don't give her any of your paintings? No.
Just hugs and kisses.
Just hugs and kisses. Okay.
She still is the same funny, charismatic, full of life, and joyful person that she's always been. And again, I love that she's loved by so many.
There are many things I love about her. Many, many, many things. There's no way you're not going to be happy about her. She was the only reason why I got around to eating the goosey soup. Like, I promise you that's the only reason. Because only Grandma can make it the way I like it.
She's always there when you need her. For whatever reason, if you need anything, you can always come and meet Grandma. She's very open. She always hear what you have to say, no matter what. Always ready to talk. She's full of love, full of kindness, compassion.
One of the funny things that I remember with her is we were on a family cruise, and as the kids, they always want to sleep, and she's like, nope, let's go. We got the kids up to go and do our daily exercise. So we went to one of the decks that wasn't so busy, and she led us in exercise class. And the next day we went again, and before you knew it, there were people from all over the cruise wanting to come into the class, because she was just so vivacious and welcoming, and it was just a really great time.
So as for the children, the only encouragement I'll give to them is that they should remember they are one. They must be together always, with nobody, with nothing coming in between them. If they do that, for me, I am happy. If I die today, I will be very happy going back to my God. Please, they should not allow anybody, anything on the face of this earth separate them and my grandchildren.
Madam Anna Ode has positively touched the lives of not just her immediate family, but everybody around her, the church, her community, her friends, and also her plants.
If you mention mention about Mommy Ode to anyone, to the least child, they will tell you who Mommy Ode is. But I mean, it's so much that I can't say it all. Mommy Ode is somebody that is loved by all because she impacts everyone. Mommy Ode is a mother. Mommy Ode is a leader. Mommy Ode is everything in one.
I met Mommy Ode in this parish when I joined this parish in 2004. In fact, what attracted me to her was that she has a way during Thanksgiving, forbid me to do it, she would say, so I was attracted, I said, who is this woman? And from that day, I became her son.
Mommy taught me the discipline of time, and that's what I call probably time discipline. She also taught me social discipline, and remaining focused in my relationship.
She's ever straightforward. She will tell you the truth. And she always gives us words of wisdom over any topic we discuss with her. And she's ever so graceful whenever you encounter her.
Jovial, but when it comes to discipline, she will not spare the rod. She will not take no for an answer when she gives you an assignment. Fun-loving, ever young at heart.
Every time with her is, she's looking out for me. She's looking for how I'm more comfortable. She's defending me even when I don't know that, If she likes you, She lets you know she likes you. So there isn't like a two-faced mommy or a, I don't know how she feels mommy. If you mess up right there and then, she's not going to go and think about it, how do I want to tell this person? As it's happening, she's dealing with it. So the same thing, if she likes you, she's in love with you. And if she doesn't, she's also not going to hide it, right? Even from the moment you greet her, you will know whether she likes you or not. She doesn't, so I kind of like that because it makes you know your place. It lets you know where you are at any point in time. If she's upset with you, the same thing. She's not going to wait to, go to bed and think about it. She'll tell you, oh, this thing you did, I don't like it, and immediately you can sort it out. And so I kind of appreciate that because at every point in time, you're not walking on eggshells.
Age is no boundary for her. She talks to and then she plays with everybody, no matter the age. And then she knows when you have issues, she knows the right answers. She just knows how to fix it, basically. Somehow finds a solution for it, so.
It's little wonder why today she's celebrated as a true African queen. She's never allowed age to stop her from doing her daily exercise. She's still strong, active, and beautiful. She cares not only for her health, but also her body as well as her plants and flowers. Anna is a beloved matron in the Catholic Church, a nurturing mother figure and a leader, activist, advocate, culturalist, motivational speaker and philanthropist. She's a mobilizer per excellence, a true Wonder Woman.
By the grace of God, I'm one of the foundation parishioners of St. Gerard Catholic Church when the church started in 1997. And I knew Mommy almost immediately from 1998. Mommy has been very active from day one in this church, right from the construction stage. The very early stages of the church was very turbulent. Turbulent because of, in our effort to take possession of the land where this church is built today, was very turbulent. There was a lot of squabble, there was a lot of fights. Police, army was involved, and Mommy was at the forefront. I remember clearly on one of those occasions when the police came and they wanted to arrest our parish priest. And Mommy said, never. Instead of me to arrest the priest, please arrest me. Mommy volunteered to be arrested instead of the police to arrest our priest there. Our foundation priest, Father Gerard Onyejuruwa. That shows you how much committed Mommy was with the church then. And significantly, she's been committed all these years. For the past 26 years the church has been existing, Mommy has been in the forefront. Wonderful woman with a lot of energy.
She serves as a member of the military-styled Men of Order and Discipline, MOD, where she and her vanguard team maintain decorum within the house of God. There you have it, the incredible, inspiring, and absolutely fabulous story of Mrs. Anna Ewiaye Ode, a woman who truly knows how to shine.